everyone, this is Ravenous Vlog, and welcome to my movie and TV highlights of the year. So, of course, there's a lot to talk about in 2019. There's a lot of movies that broke box office records. There's a lot of TV shows that broke box office records. Well, actually, just records in general, because, yeah, this is television. They don't do box office records. Anyway, there was a lot that was going on with television and movies in 2019, and before I get into that, I would like to remind everyone that new videos will be posted up every Sunday and Monday because I gotta remind you guys about that every once in a while. And then, if you happen to see any videos posted up during the week, that must mean there was some movie or TV show news released in the week that I wanted to talk about because, yeah, that happens. You know, some kind of news drops in the middle of the week and I have to talk about. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But anyway, let's get on to the wrap up for 2019 in terms of movies and TV shows. So, again, as I mentioned, 2019 was a really interesting year for movies and TV shows. Like, again, lots of records were broken, both box office and just regular records in general. And I wanted to talk about it, all those things, while I'm holding my little Game of Thrones cup. Notice there's no drinks in here because, well, I didn't want to ruin this beauty. So, I'm just kind of carrying this around, pretending that I'm drinking out of it, like, look. Even though you guys know there's nothing in here. But speaking of Game of Thrones, let's start with the negatives. And why do I start with negatives on these videos? Because, well, I want to end the videos on a high note. I don't want to ever start off with the positive things and have you guys thinking like, oh, a lot of good things happen with movies and TV shows this year. And then I go to the negatives and you're like, oh, well, all this horrible stuff happens. So I feel sad. So I don't want you guys to feel that way. So yeah, let's talk about Game of Thrones as the first negative. So, the series finale had premiered, and, well, it wasn't received that well. A lot of people said that the season finale was like one of the worst things they ever seen. I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know, I can't verify all this. The fact that they were able to mess up so badly. How could you mess up so badly with the show? How could you make a series finale so bad? That was, oh god. Oh man. I should drink out of this. I'm just wondering how could they mess up so bad with that. Oh man, if it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer that had such a bad series finale, I'd be like, oh god, why did you do that? Why did you ruin such a great show with such a bad finale? God. And then the next bad thing is that there were a couple bad movies this year, at least according to a lot of people. Again, I haven't seen any of these movies, so let's just list them off. Cats, Glass, Hellboy Reboot, Dark Phoenix. Those were some of the worst movies to a lot of people. Again, I haven't seen any of these movies, so I can't really say what my opinions about these movies are. But the fact that they got a really negative reception from the audience, I don't know. I don't know if I want to see them. Regarding the X-Men films with Dark Phoenix, I'm like, you got the same guy who worked on The Last Stand work on this movie. Of course, you're going to get the same thing that you got from Last Stand. The same Cavolta storyline involving the Phoenix Force. And it kind of makes me wonder, when are we ever going to get a good representation of the Dark Phoenix story in the movies? Because I read the Dark Phoenix saga in the comics, and I love that storyline. It's like one of the best storylines in the comics. And yet, when it comes to the movies, they can't get it right for no reason. Like, they just mess up every time. I don't get it. What's going on there? And that's all I have to say about Dark Phoenix and about this whole subject in general, because that's the only movie I really do care about in this point. Well, I guess I could talk a bit about Cats. Like, the designs of those characters, oh god. They look so horrible. I mean, we gotta drink to this, because, oh god, they did Cats so horrible. Oh man. I mean, those designs of those characters, I'm like, what are they thinking? Was this ever going to work when you're trying to base it off a play that's kind of like notorious back in the day? So I don't know how they were able to do that with Cats, but yeah, I'm not that surprised that a lot of people hated the Cats movie because of those designs. Ugh. And then the last bad thing that happened this year is, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog's original design. Oh god. Oh, okay, let me pretend drink again. Oh, Lord. So, they released the design of Sonic where he looked like a realistic hedgehog with tennis shoes. And, oh, God, that was horrible. I actually did a video about this earlier this year. Check it out if you want to. Go ahead and check it out. But anyway, God, that was horrible. Oh, it looked like I was looking at the sin of death when I was looking at that original image of Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh God, why did they have to go with that image from Sonic of all characters? I mean, there's some characters that can work out well when in live action, and there's some characters that just can't work out that well in live action. But yeah, seriously, don't do that to Sonic. Never do it again, Paramount Pictures. I'm warning you, don't do it again. Don't ever do that again. Ugh, God. Okay, so now that we talked about the bad things that happened this year, let's go on to the good things. Because I want you guys to stay positive throughout the year. Okay, so here we go. So both Avengers Endgame and Joker broke records. So let's start with Avengers Endgame first. So Avengers Endgame broke box office records. It's now the highest grossing movie in the box office, beating out Avatar. I actually thought that Titanic was still one of the highest grossing movies of all time, but I didn't know it got beaten out by Avatar till like just recently. Hey, don't blame me that I just know about these things very recently. But anyway, this did surprise me a bit, but not really, because yeah, I know the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been doing pretty well in the movie theaters, so I'm not that surprised that Avengers Endgame did so well, especially since it's like the end of the Avengers. So of course, there's gonna be millions of people watching this movie to see how the Avengers journey ends. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that? I definitely want to see that. But the fact that it beat former heavyweight champ Avatar was really interesting and really amazing. I was like, oh my God, they did it! They actually beat Avatar. They actually beat a movie that is not a superhero movie. Oh my God, we actually got a superhero movie that's like the highest grossing box office record. That is awesome. And now, adding on to that, we got the Joker, which is now the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time, beating out Deadpool and Deadpool 2. Oh my God, I never thought that would happen. So you have one superhero movie beat out another superhero movie. Well, I wouldn't call Joker a superhero movie. More like a super villain movie, but you know where I'm getting at. But the fact that Joker has beat Deadpool at the punch for highest grossing R-rated film, that was awesome. I never thought I would expect that to see that happening. So this is a toast. Bottoms up. And now we got Captain Marvel, which became the highest grossing movie that was directed by a woman. I didn't even know that Captain Marvel was directed by a woman until I looked up on Internet Movie Database. I was like, oh, okay, a woman directed the film, or at least halfway directed the film. There was a man who also directed the film. But anyway, it managed to beat out Wonder Woman by the punch in regarding like highest grossing film that was directed by a female director. Like Wonder Woman had Patty Jenkins, Captain Marvel had Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. So they have both of those directors to thank for. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, but I think it's cool that it's the highest grossing movie that's directed by a woman. So that's cool. And then we got Stranger Things Season 3 that actually broke records for Netflix. Like, I kind of figured that Stranger Things was going to break records for Netflix because, I mean, who are we kidding? Stranger Things is like one of the greatest shows ever on Netflix. I've seen it a lot. I mean, I still haven't finished watching Season 3. Seriously, Stranger Things is like the greatest show ever, y'all. You gotta sit down and watch it. The series is like pretty cool, and you'll definitely enjoy it. So I'm glad that Stranger Things Season 3 managed to break records for Netflix. And then the last positive thing I wanted to talk about, which is left over from the negative thing I talked about, is that Sonic the Hedgehog got a redesign for the movie. Yes! It finally happened, y'all! We finally got Sonic the Hedgehog to get that redesign. Remember how I told you what a monstrosity the original design was? And Paramount was like, okay, we hear you guys. We know you guys hated that design, so we're going to fix Sonic's character and make him actually look cute for once. And he does. He looks cute. He looks good. He looks like the real Sonic. This is the Sonic we wanted. I am so glad they fixed Sonic's design this year because it's like, well, if Sonic went in the movie looking the way he did, he might have gone through the same trouble that Cats went through regarding the designs of the characters, and now everybody's going to hate the movie because the designs of the characters look so freaky. But Sonic the Hedgehog would have been worse. Trust me on this one. Cats got nothing on the original Sonic the Hedgehog design. So at least, Paramount was like, yeah, maybe we made a big mistake with Sonic's original design, so let's make him cuter and make him more closer to his video game design. And that's what they did. I give props to you, Paramount. Good job. So that's all the things that happened in 2019 regarding movies and TV shows, the good and the bad. So we got all of them covered up here. And I will say that 2019 was a really interesting year for both movies and TV shows. Mostly for the movies because the movies broke a lot of records more so than the TV shows did. But anyway, yeah, we had a lot of great movies that broke box office records. we have one fix in movie design that might benefit the movie in the long run. So yeah, all those good things happen. It's all good. And I give a toast to 2020 and hope that 2020 is a better year in regarding movies and TV shows. So bottoms up, guys. So that's it for this video. And let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think of 2019 for a year of movies? Did you thought it was a good year for movies? Did you think it was a bad year for movies? And what are you looking forward to in 2020? Please let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to check out more content from this channel, please check out my Twitter account so I can keep you updated any new videos I post up. And also, like my Facebook page, Ravidius Blogs Best Comments, because I need the likes. And also join a new Facebook group, Ravidius Blogs Reviews 2.0, where I talk about reviews and of movies and TV shows and video games that I've done over the years. And we can just talk about movies and TV shows and video games with anyone who's a fan of the genre. And if there's any movies or TV shows or video games that you guys want me to review, then please feel free to comment in the new group, because that would be much appreciated so I can get more inspiration to do more movie, TV show, and video game reviews in the near future. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Ravidius Blog, and I'll see you later.